Now, there's a couple of verses in Mark that are of interest. So first of all, you've got Mark chapter 8, around verse 30 and following. So there you have Jesus predict his death and his resurrection. And Peter comes up to him and takes him aside and says, no, this can't happen like this. And actually in the Greek, it says that Peter rebuked Jesus. He rebuked his Lord. And Jesus turns around and rebukes Peter. When he sees the others listening in on a conversation, he rebukes Peter and he says, "Get behind me, Satan." So you've got almost like two elements here. You've got two elements that are kind of embarrassing. You've got Peter, who is regarded as the first leader of the Christian church. And you've got Peter actually rebuking his Lord. And then you have Jesus turning around and calling him Satan. Now, if that did not happen, if this incident didn't happen, it's unlikely that Mark would have invented, or whoever would, if the tradition was before Mark, it's unlikely that they would invent it and cast Peter in such a negative light, because again, Peter's going to be your first leader of the Christian church. So that seems to weigh in favor of its being an authentic saying of Jesus. Then one chapter later, chapter 9, around verse 31, you've got Jesus predicting his death and resurrection again. And the part where he's predicting his death, that he says the Son of Man will be handed to the hands of men. And you've got like a little play, a rhetorical play going on here called staircasing. So it's like you got the Son of Man will be handed to the hands of men. Man, men, hand, hands. So it's kind of interesting how that happens. Again, that would have been a rhetorical device, which would seem to point to it being an oral tradition of something Jesus, an oral reminiscence of Jesus that was prior to the Gospel of Mark.